It's like 8 a.m. and I'm currently driving to my promo. I do marketing for a living, and I consider myself a promotional model. Like, other people be calling themselves brand ambassadors, I call myself a promotional model, because look at me, and yes, I will come, promote whatever business you got going on, but you gotta pay me to do it, period. Anyway, I was really just mind pondering this morning as I was driving, and like, I don't know, I think a lot. So I feel like when there are moments when I'm unable to journal, then just vlog it. So that's kind of why I turned my life into a vlog, is because it's just so much, especially about being a millennial, being married in my 20s, and regretting it in my 30s. That's what I'm here to talk about. I regret it. I would never get married in my 20s ever again if I had to do it all again. And I'll tell you why. I blame society, and I also blame the black community and their idea of family and like broken homes, single parenthood, and absent parents not being held accountable. Also, I do believe that if people really just, try to get to the bottom of those areas in their life where they may be struggling, like for me, I was struggling with self-worth. And I feel like, not because, like, as a result of, but my perspective, I like to say, because I know people like to take jabs at people and judge them for what they express contributed to their life's experience. And I like to believe, and I like to express that my experience with abandonment and men in my life contributed to my concept, or my I'll say concept, yes, my concept of what relationships are. So I went into it, from a child. I've seen men just leave. Men that are, that have a role in the family unit, whether you're a father, you're an uncle, you're a nephew, you're a cousin, you're an older male figure, in a young girl's life. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. For me, the men in my life, I can talk about grandfather, uncles, father nowhere in sight, right? So me living my life as a young lady, as a child, never having, and as a female child, never getting an experience of what it feels like, what it means to be loved by a man. And I feel like another thing that the black community lacks in is the comprehension of the fact that not all relationships between female and male are meant to be sexual. That's just not the brink of it. That's not the meat and potatoes of it all. And I think that's where the black community falls short, especially, with me, and why I'm, as a millennial, am getting a divorce, because I refuse. Some things I refuse to tolerate, and some things I refuse to repeat for the sake of what, tradition, family, whatever, what have you. A lot of things that happened or did not happen in a child's life can definitely contribute to, whatever issues or milestones that may be hard lessons to learn, or like later lessons that, probably could have been more beneficial if taught sooner or experienced sooner. But here, nobody specifically is to blame. But I'm only speaking to, I feel like, my experiences and what contributed to how I went on into my young adulthood, and in the mentality of, I need to figure out what it is with men, and how do I connect, or how do I, how do I have relationships with men? in general. So you grow up, you become a young lady, and the only relationship that I've gotten success with is with the peers, the male peers in my life. Granted, they're not wise beyond their years, and they're also probably, most likely, a lot of them product of being raised by only one parent and not both. And it'll take you until, like I said, you hit those 30s. I don't know what it is about that third decade of life, but I feel like that's the age of true mature adulthood. Not to say that people in their 20s aren't mature, but I just really feel like the 30s bring about a wisdom that is just, it's top tier. Let me tell you.